Did you know that a simple mistake can cost you your personal injury claim? It's a harsh truth in the world of legal proceedings. Navigating the complex labyrinth of a personal injury claim is no small feat. It's a journey riddled with potential pitfalls, each one capable of derailing your quest for justice and fair compensation. In this video, we're going to shine a light on these pitfalls and arm you with the knowledge to sidestep them. We'll delve into 5 common legal mistakes that can potentially sabotage your personal injury claim. From failing to gather crucial evidence, missing important deadlines, miscommunicating with insurance companies, to hastily accepting low settlement offers, we'll cover it all. Knowledge is power, and being aware of these mistakes is the first step towards preventing them. So buckle up for an insightful journey that could potentially save you from costly missteps. Stay tuned to find out the 5 legal mistakes you absolutely must avoid in your personal injury claim. The first mistake is one that happens immediately after the incident: failing to gather enough evidence. Now imagine this scenario. You've just been involved in a car accident. Your adrenaline is pumping, and your mind is a whirlwind of thoughts. In the midst of this chaos, it's easy to forget one of the most crucial steps in the aftermath of any accident: gathering evidence. Evidence is like the backbone of a personal injury claim. Just as our bodies can't stand without a backbone, a personal injury case can't stand without strong, compelling evidence. It's the proof that supports your claim, the facts that tell your story. And without it, you might as well be trying to build a house of cards in a windstorm. So, what kind of evidence are we talking about? Well, let's start with the basics. If you're able, take photos or videos of the accident scene. These can show things like vehicle damage, skid marks, or even weather conditions. And don't forget about personal items that were damaged in the accident. They count as evidence too. Next up, we have medical records. These are essential in showing the extent of your injuries. They can help paint a picture of your physical condition after the accident and can even serve as a timeline documenting your recovery process. Then there are witness statements. If anyone saw the accident happen, their account of events could be invaluable. They serve as third-party validation, corroborating your version of events. And let's not forget about any official reports. These could be police reports, accident reports, or even insurance reports. They often contain detailed information about the incident and can lend credibility to your case. But remember, gathering evidence is not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process that continues even after you've initiated your claim. So keep track of everything: every doctor's visit, every pain and discomfort, every penny spent on recovery. It all counts. Remember, the more evidence you have, the stronger your case will be. So, don't let this common mistake trip you up. Start gathering your evidence right away and give your personal injury claim the solid foundation it needs. The second mistake is missing important legal deadlines. Now let's dive into the significance of this. In the world of personal injury claims, time is indeed money. You see, each claim comes attached with a legal clock that starts ticking the moment you have your accident. This clock is known as the statute of limitations, and it determines the window of time you have to file your claim. If you miss this deadline, your case could be dismissed, and you could lose your right to compensation. That's right, even if your claim is rock solid, it could crumble into a pile of missed opportunities if you don't adhere to the time limits. Every jurisdiction has its own statute of limitations, and they can vary based on the type of injury or claim. For instance, a claim against a government entity might have a significantly shorter deadline than a claim against a private individual or corporation. It's not just about filing the claim either. Certain pieces of evidence may also have their own deadlines. Let's say you're in a car accident. You might think, I've got plenty of time, I can collect evidence later. But what if that vital dash cam footage needs to be requested within a certain time frame? Or those medical records that prove the extent of your injuries need to be submitted within a certain period? Missing these deadlines can seriously weaken your claim or even tank it entirely. Now, the potential consequences of missing these deadlines are dire. It's not just about losing out on compensation. Your injuries may require ongoing medical treatment, and without the appropriate compensation, you could be left holding the bill. And let's not forget the emotional strain of dealing with an injury, which can be exacerbated by the financial stress of unpaid medical bills. So, what's the bottom line? It's simple. Don't miss your deadlines. Understand the time limits that apply to your claim. Consult with a legal professional who can guide you through the process and keep you on track. Mark your calendar, set reminders, do whatever it takes not to miss these crucial deadlines. The third mistake is one that can be easily overlooked: communicating improperly with insurance companies. Now you might wonder, what could be so tricky about talking to insurance companies? Well, let me tell you, there's more to it than you might think. Insurance companies are businesses first and foremost. Their primary goal? To minimize their payouts and maximize their profits. This means they're not necessarily on your side when it comes to getting the compensation you deserve for your injuries. One common pitfall is admitting fault or revealing too much information. It's natural to want to be honest and forthcoming, but remember, any statement you make could potentially be used against you. For instance, saying something like, "I didn't see the other car," could be twisted into an admission that you were not paying attention. So it's wise to stick to the facts and avoid speculating about the accident. It's also important to avoid signing any documents or accepting any offers without understanding what they entail. These documents may contain language that limits your claim or waives your rights. So, it's best to consult with a legal professional before making any commitments. Another tip is to keep a record of all your interactions with the insurance company. This includes phone calls, emails, and even face-to-face conversations. Documenting these exchanges can provide valuable evidence if disputes arise later on. Don't be afraid to challenge the insurance company if you feel they're not treating you fairly. It's your right to contest their decisions or ask for a re-evaluation if you believe their settlement offer is not adequate. Lastly, remember that patience is key. The claims process can be lengthy and complex, but rushing through it can lead to missteps. Take the time you need to fully understand each step and make informed decisions. Always be cautious when dealing with insurance companies, they are not your friends. The fourth mistake is accepting the first settlement offer that comes your way. Now imagine this. You've been through an ordeal, an accident perhaps, and you're looking for some compensation to cover those mounting bills and lost earnings. Suddenly, an offer arrives. It's tempting to accept it, right? It's a quick solution to your financial worries. But here's the catch. Initial settlement offers are often, if not always, lower than what you truly deserve. Why? Because insurance companies are businesses. Their primary goal is to minimize payouts and maximize profits. They might present you with a number that seems substantial, but remember, it's their job to save money, not to ensure you get the full compensation you're entitled to. So, what happens when you accept a lowball offer? Well, you might find yourself coming up short when it comes to covering your medical bills, lost wages, and other damages. You might be left scrambling to make ends meet, all because you settled for less than you deserved. But here's a nugget of truth you can hold on to. You have the right to negotiate. Yes, you heard that right. You can and should negotiate for a fair and just settlement. Don't be afraid to counter low offers with a more realistic figure based on the actual costs and losses you've incurred. Keep in mind, though, that negotiation requires strategy and patience. It's not about demanding more, but about justifiable and reasonable discussions. Be ready with your facts, figures, and supporting documents. And remember, it's perfectly okay to seek the help of a qualified attorney. They can guide you through the negotiation process and ensure that you're not settling for less than what you're entitled to. In the end, it's all about standing your ground. Just because an offer is on the table, it doesn't mean you have to accept it. Never settle for less than you deserve. Be patient and be ready to negotiate. So, we've covered the 4 most common legal mistakes people make when filing personal injury claims. Let's quickly recap. First, we discussed the importance of gathering evidence. Remember, your claim's success hinges on the strength of your evidence. That includes medical records, witness statements, and any other crucial information that could support your claim. Secondly, we highlighted the danger of missing deadlines. Time is truly of the essence in these cases. Don't let legal time limits slip away. They can end your claim before it even started. Third, we examined the perils of improper communication with insurance companies. Be cautious, strategic, and remember, the insurance company is not your friend. Lastly, we warned against accepting low settlement offers. Don't rush into an agreement just to get it over with. Patience and negotiation can lead to a more fair settlement. Remember, avoiding these mistakes can make the difference between a successful claim and a disappointing outcome. Stay informed and stay vigilant.